girl and me know that our love will last forever. My girl and me know that we two belong together. But sometimes it seems I shatter our dreams with some careless word or foolish lie. Me and my girl, we've got each other, whatever life may send us. Me and my girl, we've got each other, however life may bend us. Sure, we'll see tears fall. Love never was all rainbows, but there'll always be me and my girl and me.
No use asking me what to tell her, Maddie. I've enough trouble communicating with my three little monsters without taking on Simon's. No, I didn't mean she was a little monster. For a start, Samantha is recognisably human, which is more than can be said for my three.
Can I have a word?
No, hang on a minute. Look, I've rung up the hotel, the airline, and also the conference centre in Monte Carlo. All I can tell you is that he failed to catch the plane on Friday as arranged. He hired a car at Nice airport and just took off. But he was not alone, if you take my meaning.
With a bird, was he?
Yes. Look, please, this is rather confidential.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out the kettle in your loo isn't working.
You're here to mend the radiator, not the kettle.
Yeah, but I need a tea break, don't I?
Sorry about this, Maddie. Look, I'll let you know when anything comes up. Okay?
I was slogging my guts out for the past
Listen, my business partner has been missing for 3 days. His 13-year-old daughter is very upset. His home help is never off the phone. Any second now, his mother-in-law is about to descend on me.
What's his wife going to say about it?
She died 10 years ago.
Bit of luck, innit? What? Well, if she was still alive, you'd have her on your back as well.
Oh, Lord. In here, Nell.
Any news of the rotter yet?
No, so sorry, Nell.
Oh, I'll never forgive him, never.
This the mother-in-law?
Yes. Look, do you mind, please?
If that's a kettle, I'm dying for a cup of tea.
You and me both, missus, and it's on a blink.
I could get you something a bit stronger if you preferred.
Oh, that's very kind. Any Campari?
Not you. Well, just take the kettle to the loo, will you, please?
Ain't going to do much good in there, is it?
I presume we haven't hired this person for his conversation.
And what's it to you?
I happen to be one of the directors of this company. The only one who has any money.
Oh,
He's here to mend the radiators, Nell.
Well, I hope he makes a better job of it than the last chap.
I was the last chap.
What are you going to have, then?
Oh, actually, if I may, I'll have a gin fizz to complement my present mood. I didn't think Simon was such a rotter. I mean, he promised Samantha that trip to the theatre on Saturday afternoon, and all we get is this pathetic tele-message thing. Sorry, Sam. Complications mean extended stay here. Love you, love you, love you. Saying it 3 times doesn't make it any more convincing, does it? And it's no good trying to defend him, Derek. What? Are these or are these not the actions of a rotter?
If you let me get a word in edgeways, yes.
What?
I agree with you.
Oh. Oh, well, in that case...
What?
Cheers.
Morning.
Hello.
Somebody in there with Derek?
His mate's mum-in-law.
Oh, good.
You're him, aren't you?
So, excuse, who are you?
The radiator's on a blink again.
Aren't you the chap that fixed them a couple of weeks back?
That's right.
Yeah. I thought I recognised the fee. Nell. Now, come on. Before you start, don't start. Just tell me, is Sam with you?
Yes, she is with me. Or rather, she was. Madeline's taken her to school now, and thanks to your piggish behaviour, a rotten weekend was had by all.
Oh, come on, Nell. I'll make it up to her. Here we are, Derek. Now, you're always saying I never remember you when I'm off on these jaunts. These are the ones you smoke.
I gave up smoking a fortnight ago.
Oh.
But the way you've been carrying on, I may very well take it up again.
No bribes for me, Simon.
No, Nell, I know you're incorruptible like the Boy Scout movement. Talking of which, where on earth did you get that terrible tent you're wearing?
Not so damn rude.
Come on, here are. Here's some of these Swiss chops I know you like.
Well, you know what you can do with them.
Oh, now, come on, Nell. I'm sorry if I've upset everybody. Honestly, I really couldn't help it. We got to the airport and Gillian, the choreographer...
Oh, so it was Gillian. That's the one I was telling you about. Legs right up to here.
Yeah. She turned around to me as we were checking our cases and said, hey, let's not go home. You know, it was one of those sort of whirlwind, spontaneous animal sort of things, you know.
You mean like Billy Smart's circus?
I didn't expect either of you to understand.
Wait a minute, Simon. I've got 3 kids, you know, and at least 2 of them occurred as a result of a whirlwind, spontaneous animal sort of thing.
I'm so sorry, Dick.
Admittedly, the last one wasn't quite so much of a whirlwind, but we'd had double glazing put in the bedroom by then.
If you've both finished discussing your win, could we talk about Sam? This constant parade of women through your life can't be good for her. She's growing up, Simon, and she needs stability.
She's got stability. Maddie's been looking after her ever since Ruth died. I mean, she's practically a permanent fixture.
I envy that, you know. We've never managed to keep an au pair longer than a fortnight. After that time, they either have to be restrained from strangling the kids or they're pregnant. Not by me, I hasten to add.
Have you ever thought of remarrying?
No point, really. Just mean more children, more au pairs, even more children.
I think she meant me, Derek.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
You were a decent enough husband to Ruth. And I was touched that you mourned her so long.
No, I promise you, for 2 years, I never even looked at another woman.
Now, that is true, Nell.
I know it is. But by heaven, he's making up for it now, isn't he?
Oh, now, come on, Nell. I've got my own life to lead.
I thought Sam was part of your life. She's all I have left of my daughter. And I won't let you go on hurting her the way you've hurt her this weekend.
I think I'll just try and mend the kettle.
Oh, it's all right, Derek. I've got rid of my fizz now.
Oh, come on, Nell. I'll make it up to her, I promise. Hey, look. I bought her this at the airport. What do you think? Do you think she'll like it?
Well, if nothing else, it's a reminder of you.
How's that?
It's got some neck.
Oh, hi, Maddie.
Oh, Mr. Harrap, you're safe and sound. Thank heaven for that. I was just about to phone Interpol when they said you were back.
I don't think you need trouble, Interpol, Maddie.
Mr. Harrap, on the continent, things happen.
Yeah, well, they certainly happened to me.
It's all that sun and garlic and the fact that you can't drink the water.
What's the water got to do with it?
Well, it means that they can't put anything in it to tone down the brute passions. Oh, you know what I mean.
Well, I think I do, yeah.
I went on a package trip to one of them erotic locales.
Don't you mean exotic?
Never again.
Never.
Do you know there were men there?
Your dad said.
I was appalled. They treated me like a object.
A sex object?
Don't say that word.
I'm sorry, a sex.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh, here, but listen to me going on. You'll be wanting something to eat after your long trip.
I better go and see Sam first.
Oh, here, why don't you have this sandwich? I've just made it.
No thanks.
It's delicious. Cream cheese and strawberry jam.
No, I still don't want it.
No, neither do I. I don't know why I made it.
Perhaps you're hungry.
Oh, I don't see how I can be. I've had 4 of them already.
Do you mind if I come in? Hey, listen. I found this chap in my flight bag. I think he was fleeing the guillotine.
Oh, he's sweet, thanks.
Hey, listen, come on. Don't I get a kiss?
Hey, you haven't shaved today.
Huh? No, I must have packed my razor in somebody else's case.
Whose case?
a colleague, bloke, this bloke. There's this bloke I was sharing a room with, you know, and there was a sort of this mix-up with hotel rooms, and I most probably put my razor in his bag by mistake.
Oh, what a lot of mix-ups.
Yeah. Listen, Sam, I'm very sorry about the theatre. Granny told me how upset you were.
Did she give you hell?
I should say.
Good for her. She said she would.
She thinks I should get married. What do you think? Well,
it depends on who you marry.
Well, Granny's very keen on the idea.
She's a bit old for you, isn't she?
No, she's just a little bit worried that maybe, you know, sometimes the girls I occasionally go out with...
Your bits.
My what?
Bits.
Bits?
You know, as in bits on the side.
Sam, I don't think that's very nice.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I'll call them your lovers if you prefer it.
They're not my lovers. I don't see why we have to call them anything.
You know, at school when we're discussing it.
Excuse me, you discuss my love affairs at school.
But I thought they weren't love affairs.
They are not. What they are is they are friendly affairs.
Oh, friendly?
Yes.
What, so you go to bed without loving them?
Yes. No. Actually, Sam, I don't think I actually want to discuss my sleeping habits.
But I thought you wanted to talk about marriage.
Well, I do.
Well, that'll involve sleeping habits, won't it?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Well, look, the point is, Dad, if you've got Veronica and Jane and the other friends you sleep with, and you've got Maddie to do the cooking and look after me, what do you want to get married for?
Well, actually, it's because of you, really.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all right, Dad. I've got Snoopy to sleep with.
Oh, you're more than all right. No, it's just that Granny, she thinks maybe you lack a little bit of stability.
Oh, I think you've brought me up perfectly. I mean, let's face it, the way the world is today, it's not good to trust people completely.
Yes, but you do trust me, don't you, Sam?
You can't help breaking promises. I'm sure your business was important, or you would have been home. But it was important, wasn't it, Dad?
Well, yes, at the time, yes, it seemed very, very important.
Excuse me, Mr. Harrap, there's a phone call.
Who is it?
It's Gillian from Monte Carlo.
All right,
And she just wants to know if you need your razor. It seems you parked it in her case by mistake.
Thanks, Maddie. Right, well, perhaps I better have a quick word, though. Won't be long.
Don't hurry, Dad. After all, she was very, very important, wasn't she?
Oh, Sam.
That bloke didn't do a blind bit of good with the radiator. It's still banging.
Yes, but it's much more of a sort of a funky rhythm now.
Still no joy with the theatre ticket?
No, the box office is still engaged.
For whom the bell tolls.
What is it tonight?
Muriel's having a course of sunbed treatment, so I've got to pick up Jessica from her karate class.
Karate? She's only 6.
It's absolutely terrifying. There's this room full of tiny tots, honking about in Japanese and kicking holes in the walls.
Why'd you let her do it?
I'd rather she kicked holes in their walls than ours. Nell?
Oh, thank heaven you're still here. I can't find a taxi anywhere.
I'm going to Parsons Green.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect? What do you mean? You live in Swiss Cottage. It's miles away.
Well, it's all London, isn't it? You won't mind making a little detour, will you, Derek?
Well, actually, I'm going to pick up my daughter.
Oh, good. I can point out buildings of significance to her en route. One of the advantages of having both volumes of Pevsner's London in the lab.
So what have you been up to today?
Buying a new dress.
At the camping centre?
That's enough. Actually, it's not one of my flowing jobs for a change. It's supposed to follow the natural line of my body. Though how the devil is supposed to find it, Lord knows. I haven't seen the natural line of my body for years. Had any further thoughts?
What about your body?
No. Marriage.
Oh, come on, Nell. Do change the record.
Would you prefer Mendelssohn's Wedding March?
Just stop prying into my affairs.
It's to stop you having affairs. I want you to get married. Surely there must be at least one weddable prospect in your stable.
It's not my stable. I happen to know one or two independent young women, none of them weddable.
But all of them very beddable. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Children need two parents.
Sam's all right.
I know what I'm talking about, Simon. After I split from Puffy, everything was lovely till Ruth was in her teens. And she started going out for the most awful frights.
Yes, but at least she married me in the end.
That's one of the frights I had in mind.
No, I tell you, no, that's not fair. You know, we had a smashing marriage. It was nearly perfect. In fact, it was so perfect, if I'd remarried, it would feel like a sort of a betrayal.
I see. So to keep the memory of it unspoiled, you've resorted to unbridled promiscuity. What a sacrifice.
I'm not promiscuous. I'm getting a teeny bit fed up of everybody discussing my sex life.
It's a pretty difficult subject to avoid. It's a bit like the weather. There's so much of it.
Not at all. I just sort of spread it a bit thinner, that's all.
Very philanthropic of you. And while you're doing all this spreading, whom do you love?
What?
Love. The only four-letter word that embarrasses anyone nowadays.
Well, it certainly embarrasses me. I'll wait next door. Good night, Simon.
Who do you love, Simon? Apart from yourself.
Hello, Derek.
What? Oh, yes. Oh, hello, Gillian. Hello.
Simon's still about.
Simon? Oh, yes, of course. Gillian, Simon's here.
What?
What I meant, well, you can see what I meant.
Gillian.
And his mother-in-law's here, too.
Ex-mother-in-law?
Not that you'd notice. Nell, this is Gillian. She was our choreographer on our last presentation.
Close your mouth, Derek, and let's go home. Next to this slim young thing, I feel like a very old carrier bag whose bottom's about to go. Good night.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Good night.
Night, Derek.
Oh, good night, Gillian. Good night, Gillian.
Actually, Simon, I called in to discuss...
Oh, I approve of these discussions. We ought to have more of them.
We will. Get your jacket on.
Eh?
I want to eat. I'm starving.
Oh, do you know something, Gillian? You are astonishing.
You're quite surprising yourself, in a conventional sort of way.
And what sort of way is that?
Well, you're not out to shock anyone. I mean, I have a friend who once painted his bottom green and stuck it out a taxi window. Now, you wouldn't do that, would you?
No. Not green, no.
When I said, let's take off together, I never expected you would. But we just went.
Actually, Gillian, I've just suddenly thought of something.
So have I. But let's wait till we get back to my place.
Cookery lessons.
You want me to give you cookery lessons?
No, it's just that my daughter started them at school today, and I did promise I'd be home, sample her work before she went to bed.
Why not sample my work instead? I do terrific egg flips.
Oh, I know. I remember them well. No, I think we'll just pop back on our way to your place, right? Say hello, sample her...
That isn't the kind of evening I had in mind, Simon. Just phone her up and say you have to work late.
No, I can't let her down a second time. And anyway, it'll be a great time for you to meet her. We'll just breeze
Wait a minute, wait. Every married man I've ever known has been determined I should get on famously with his kids, no matter how lousy his own relationship might be with them.
I just thought it might be a nice time for you to meet her.
Darling Simon, I decided long ago I didn't want children of my own, so why on earth should I have the slightest interest in anyone else's?
I'm sorry, it'll have to be another night. I can't break another promise.
My father was an absolute rat. Doubt if he ever kept a promise in his life, either to me or my mother. But it hasn't done me any harm, has it?
No.
Oh, no, listen, Simon. I'm a dancer, a mover, a doer. And this kind of heavy conversation does not interest me. All I want tonight is a quick snack and an extended tumble.
Tomorrow?
I may not be in the mood tomorrow. Here I am now. No strings, no connections. If you want me, all you have to do is pick up that phone. Good. Now, extend your forefinger
Like this?
Just like that.
Gillian.
Don't talk about it, Simon. Don't even think. Just follow your impulses.
Okay.
This is really annoying. If I had another O and another blank, and that was an L instead of an O, I could put axolotl in that triple space. Oh, it's a Mexican lizard. And I'd have got 146 points.
Well, so what's you going to put?
Catcher. 5 points.
Look, would you mind if I went to bed?
Oh, just wait another wee minute. Your father promised he'd be home in time.
Yes, but it's nearly 9 o'clock. I don't care if his son was my cooking or not. Good night, Maddie.
Oh, Sam. Shall I turn off the oven?
Dad?
Ah, good evening, Garcon. I'd like, a table for one, not too near the band.
Dad, where have you been?
And I think you'll find my luncheon vouchers are in order.
But these are tickets for the show.
Listen, I've been queuing up for an hour. Couldn't phone you, otherwise I'd lost my place.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
But wait, what is that wonderful aroma? Can it be ambrosia, food of the gods?
No, it's sausage rolls.
What a fascinating shade of grey. Oh, well, at least they're hot.
You don't have to have one if you don't want to.
Are you kidding? Listen, for the privilege of sampling these delicious goodies of yours, I've turned down dinner with the most beautiful woman.
Well, maybe you should have gone.
No. She wasn't interested in a question that was very important to me. In fact, your granny mentioned it to me earlier.
What question?
Who do I love?
And what did you say?
Well, naturally, I started with myself.
Well, naturally.
And you. And, of course, your mother, who I love very much.
Oh, good.
But now, Sam, there's a new love in my life. And, well, you'll have to know about it sooner or later.
Well, go on.
Well, since tonight, and without thinking such a thing was possible, I've fallen madly and passionately in love with your sausage rolls.
With songs that look good to